Hi folks, my name is Sergey Lemberg. I'm a consumer lawyer specializing in representing consumers in New York in fair debt collection disputes and other consumer laws with respect to debt collection. I want to talk to you today about the 5 things you need to know about debt collection defense or debt collection disputes in the state of New York. If you're being harassed or abused or annoyed or misled by a debt collector, pay attention because these are the 5 things you need to know. Number one, New York, like most other states, like all other states, is subject to the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. That means there's a federal law in place that protects New York consumers against harassment or abuse or misleading tactics or being overcharged by debt collectors. So that's the first thing. There's a federal law, FDCPA, Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. The second thing you need to know if you live in New York State is that in New York State there's a separate law that covers debt collection abuse by creditors. Unfortunately, that law is not, you cannot enforce that law yourself. That law is only enforceable by the Attorney General. So you can't sue debt collectors and you can't sue creditors in New York for money based on the New York debt collection law. The third thing you need to know is that if you live in New York City, debt collectors are subject to separate regulations by the New York City Department of Consumer Protection. If they're collecting in New York City, they must be licensed in New York City to collect, and on all correspondence they must state their license number to collect in New York City. The fourth thing you need to know, if you're being sued by a debt collector in New York, pay attention. Several years ago, the Attorney General in New York investigated debt collectors who were using sewer service. They were throwing complaints in the gutter, getting default judgments against consumers in New York. If you are being sued or if somebody claims to have a judgment against you, pay attention. Look up sewer service, look up the investigations, go to court, see if the service was really accomplished on you, whether the affidavit of service shows that you were served with a complaint. The fifth thing you need to know is if you have a claim against the debt collector who is harassing you, abusing you, and misleading you in any way, you may want to pick up the phone and give us a call because we've represented thousands of people, we've helped thousands of people deal with collection disputes in New York. We can help you to not only stop the harassment or abuse, but also recover money from the debt collector who is hassling you.